Hi everyone, we're going to simplify the given expression here, and we're going to do this first by rewriting it, and we're going to use multiplying by the conjugate because that's going to make it easier to simplify because we don't want radicals in the denominator. So basically what I'm going to do is rewrite this as 1 minus, and then we'll put parentheses, square root of 2 plus square root of 3. Because that equals our numerator. And then we're going to do the same thing in the denominator. This is going to be 1 plus square root of 2 plus square root of 3. Now to rationalize the denominator, we're going to look at a plus b, and then our a minus b is going to be 1 minus square root of 2 plus square root of 3. Alright, and we're going to multiply these two together using a plus b times a minus b equals a squared minus b squared. Alright, also if you multiply the denominator by 1 minus square root of 2 plus square root of 3, you also have to multiply the numerator by it. But since it's the same as our numerator, we can just call this squared because this is the same as what we have. Alright. So for our denominator, what we're going to get is a squared. A is 1 minus this squared. So we're going to take this squared, and you're going to get square root of 2 plus square root of 3 squared. And we're going to leave that there for now. Now for this one, what we're using is this formula here, perfect square trinomial. So this is your A and this is your B. So using this formula, we're writing 1 minus 2 times AB. So that's going to be square root of 2 plus square root of 3. And basically it's times 1. So we don't need to put the 1. And then plus our B. So that's going to be square root of 2 plus square root of 3. And we square our B. Alright, now simplifying this, I'm going to go ahead and write all of this out. And I'm using this formula here. So let's see if I can do this. For these two right here, all I'm going to do, I'm going to take this for these two right here. This is a plus b squared. So we have two of those. And that's going to be 2 plus 2ab. So that's 2 times square root of 2 times square root of 3 is square root of 6 plus 3. So on the next slide, what I'm going to do is substitute this into this term and into this term. All right. So we're going to get 1 minus 2 square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 3 plus 2, and this is the part I'm substituting, plus 2 plus 2 square root of 6 plus 3. And in the denominator, we're going to have 1 minus 2 plus 2 square root of 6 plus 3. All right. Now we can straighten some things out. We're going to have 1 plus 2 plus 3. That is 6. And then we're going to have plus, we have these. We can pull out a 2 and write this as 2 times, I'm going to write the positive first, square root of 6. Then we're going to have minus this one, square root of 2, minus square root of 3. So that's 2 steps in one. And in the denominator, we're going to have 1 minus 2 minus 3. So that's going to give you negative 4. And then for this, you have to distribute that negative, minus 2 square root of 6. All right, to simplify this, it looks like we have, we can pull out a 2. So basically, if I factor out a 2 here, I'm going to get 3 plus 1, right? So I can factor that out and change that. And if I factor out a 2 here, then I factor out a 2 in this term, I'm going to get 2 times negative 2 minus square root of 6. And then the 2's basically will cancel out. So factoring out a 2, we're going to get 3 plus square root of 6 minus square root of 2 minus square root of 3. And in the denominator, we're going to get negative 2 minus square root of 6. All right. So that's just taking care of this part right in here. All right. Now, let's go ahead and rationalize our denominator by multiplying by the conjugate again. So this is going to be negative 2 plus square root of 6. So I'm going to have to also multiply my numerator by negative 2 plus square root of 6. So this part's the hard part, and we're going to have to distribute all of this, and the denominator is going to be your a minus b times a plus b. All right, so this is going to give you negative 6 minus 2 square root of 6 plus 2 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 6 plus 6 minus square root of 12 minus square root of 18. And then for our denominator, we're just going to get 4 minus 6. All right, because we had a squared minus b squared. All right, now let's simplify all this and see what we get. Let's keep, let's see. Let's fix these two, and let's add our constants. Let's see what our constants are. These 6's cancel, so let's cancel those out, and let's write this as negative 2 square root of 6 plus 2 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 6. And now for these two, this is going to be minus 2 square root of 3, because that's 4 times 3. And pull out the 4. Minus, for the 18, that's going to be 9 times 2. So square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 2. And our denominator is going to be negative 2. All right. Now let's see what we get. Let's see. For the square root of 6's, here we have those terms. That's just going to be square root of 6. And then we have these two are going to cancel out. And so we have 2 square root of 2 minus 3 square root of 2. That's going to be minus square root of 2 divided by negative 2. Now what I want to do is go ahead and multiply our numerator and our denominator by negative. And that will give my 2 in the denominator, and that will flip this around. This will be square root of 2 minus square root of 6. Looks a little better. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.